my favorite boy.
Yeah.
I love him because he always gives me hugs when I come over in his house too. I love Mimi because we waited at the butterfly place and we saw one butterfly wood on my nose, and it was like pink and sparkly wings.
I love when Papa wrestles me. Show me wrestle. Wrestle.
I hit him.
What do you love about Papa?
Mimi.
You love when Papa what? Kisses you?
Yeah.
Okay, how much do you love Mimi? How much? This much?
Too much.
Oh, that much? Serious? I love you, Mimi.
I love you, Mimi.
Something that I admire about Kyle is his desire to put family first. He's had a lot of big callings in his life, and he always made time for us, loved us, and that's something that I definitely appreciate about him. Sue-Ann has the most natural ability to love everyone. I feel like each of us feels so understood and appreciated and loved by her. I'll never forget those first couple weeks after having the twins, having her over, taking care of us, and the hours and hours of Great British Baker that we would watch. She just is an Earthside angel, and Jarrett, I remember Jarrett and I just both weeping the moment she left. She means so much to us, and we love her a lot.
The one thing that I love about my mom is that she's probably the most selfless person that I've ever met. Not just saying like that, you know, in general, but literally out of everybody I've ever met in my life, I've ranked, she'd probably be the most selfless. She's always caring about others and puts people before herself, and that's a very good quality that Christ had and that she has. One thing I like about my dad is that he is good at helping others develop traits within themselves, always teaching us lessons, life lessons, to how to build characters and different things, and wanting us to be the best selves that we can in all the lessons of life. So that's one thing I like about him.
Papa, I like hiking on the wilderness with you and fishing with you. Mimi, I love going shopping with you to buy Pokemon cards. Papa, I like wrestling with you. Mimi, I like buying ice cream with you because it tastes good. I love you, Mimi. And thanks for letting us go to the park. And come and get some snow cones with me and come back. And I love you. And thanks for letting us, when I was little, thanks for taking us to the park. And I love you. Thank you, Mimi. I go to the park with you, Papa. I love you playing outside with me and see me. And thanks for letting me sleep at your house. I love you. See you later.
Dad, I'm so glad I get to produce a video, small little clip about you and the wonderful person you are. One of the main things that I really like about Dad is his organization. Whether we're going camping or to the park or just doing an activity, he always knows what to grab, how much of what to grab, and I really appreciate not having to think about what to grab or what to do, because I know Dad's organization will come into play and we'll make sure that, especially with camping, whether it's a tent or a sleeping bag, he always knows what to grab. And so I know that that's one of the main things, or one of the big things I really like, is Dad's organization. Love ya. Mom, I sure love you. One of the biggest things I love about Mom is her stories. It seems like no matter what, I can always count on Mom for a good story. Her memory, her ability to remember fun stories from when she was younger, stories about Globe on where we live right now, or other stories about the family, or things for her just come very naturally in storytelling. So one of the things I really like about Mom is her ability to recount and tell fun stories that are not only fun for me to hear, but for the kids to hear. Love you so much.
My favorite thing about Dad is that he's fun. Whenever he's over, it doesn't matter where we're at with him or what we're doing, but he makes it fun. Playing at the park, playing in the backyard, frisbee. And it doesn't matter how much time Dad has. Even if he has 10 minutes to play with us, he plays with us and we have a good time for 10 minutes. And he's my example for that, because I'm tempted in those 10 minutes to just take a little rest before I go do the next thing, but Dad is always up playing with the children, and that's how I want to be like him. Love you, Dad. One of my favorite attributes about Mom is her patience, and that I try to be like her. Doesn't matter how many things she has on her agenda and how many things she has to do, she has enough patience to answer the phone to any of us who calls, or have her doors open to the house for anyone who wants to come and visit. And she spends time with us, and then later on, it's always, I find out she had a bunch of things to cook for a big event, but she still was happy and in it, just welcoming to us all, even though she had a big day, and she was patient. And sometimes when I get flustered, I try to think about Mom and try to be like Mom, how she's always happy and kind no matter what's going on in her day and how many events. I love you, Mama.
You like to go to the pumpkin patch and do what with Mimi?
Some pumpkin. I like Mimi.
Say, I love Papa because...
Didn't Hanukkah in the eaters and no fella in Cinderella.
My favorite thing about Kyle is that he's such a good example of balancing priorities. He has a lot that's asked of him between church and his family and work, but he does a really great job of
keeping those priorities in order, and I'm learning that's not as easy as I thought. So that's my favorite thing about Kyle. My favorite thing about Sue-Ann is how endless her love and care are for those around her. She makes everybody feel like they are one of her own, and I never feel more safe and taken care of than when I'm with Mimi.
My favorite thing about Mimi is how she is very detailed in the way that she shows people love. The small details that she does, they mean a lot, and she shows her care by knowing what we need, by knowing exactly how to help us, and even being in the details of the timing. So that's one thing I love about Mimi. One thing I love about Papa is how strong his testimony is. I love that he has never complained about serving anyone, that he has always just given his all without a complaint, and that's something I love and admire about Papa.
What's your favorite thing about Mimi and Papa?
One of my favorite things about Mimi is how selfless she is. She's always doing everything for anyone, regardless. Like, if she's sick, she'll still make us Sunday dinner and do it. She never asks for help, even though she might need it, but she's just so caring and always wanting to do the best for all of us. And then one of my favorite things about Papa is how much he loves his family and wants to keep us all together, and I think he does such a great job of always sharing that with us and sharing his testimony and the gospel with us and keeping us all together as an eternal family, and I just love to see that.
What I love about Dad is his character with not only church and family, but at work. Lately it's been fun being able to work with Dad, and it's cool seeing his integrity and his hard work. A lot of people at work talk about how they love Dad, and they love specifically doing business with him because of his integrity and because he's honest. And that's been a great example for me in a lot of aspects, but also with my career moving forward. Love about Mom is how she makes you feel loved and how she makes you feel special. Everyone always knows that Mom is the nicest around, but she really makes you feel her love, and she makes you feel special. A lot of times I would do things that I didn't really think that were that important, or I accomplished something but it didn't seem that big of a deal, but Mom always was talking me up and telling me that it, how important it was and how she was proud of me. So I really love that about Mom.
I'm super grateful for how good examples Mom and Dad are to me. I'm grateful for Dad because he does a really good job at showing me how to be a good father and to be a good husband, and that's something that I've been super grateful for. He just makes time for everybody, makes it fun for everybody. I'm really grateful for that. Been a huge example to me. I'm really grateful for Mimi for how supportive she is in everything that she does. I feel like every time I'm around her, I'm more positive and I have a better outlook on everything. She's just so fun to be around, fun to play games with, fun to talk to. She's just really everybody's best friend, and that's something that I'm super grateful for. But I love you guys. Thank you guys.
Hi Mom and Dad. My favorite thing about Mom is how happy she is when she's serving us, her family, and when she's spending time with us. You can see how much joy it brings her, and she doesn't care to about doing anything. She's just so happy to be there and be doing things with family, even if it's something she doesn't like. My favorite thing about Dad would probably have to be beating him in Parcheesi, like I usually do. But it also is the quality time he spent with us and how he spent lots of time coaching my softball teams and taking me and Kaden camping, that he always did stuff with us and spent his free time with us. But I love you both, guys, and so proud of you.